Have you ever wondered why we vote? I don't mean because it's my civic duty or because I have the right. And I'm not talking about reasons like because I want my candidate to win or because I want to stop the other guy. What I'm asking is, why do we vote? Let's step back for a moment. Anytime you live in community, whether it's with a roommate in an apartment or as a member of a village or a country, there are going to be decisions that you have to make that affect everybody. Who's going to take out the trash? Are we going to build a stoplight at the intersection over there? Should we make everybody buy health insurance? Now, there are a lot of ways that we could make these decisions. We could let the richest, or the smartest, or maybe even the most powerful people make the decision. But when it comes to government, we as Americans have the belief that these decisions should be made together. And that's why we vote. It's not a guarantee that you're going to get what you want, but it's the assurance that your voice is going to count as much as anyone else's as we make this decision together. At least that's how it works in theory. In reality, when you vote, you're always given a list of options to choose from, like a menu in a restaurant. Your options, the names of the candidates, are chosen by political parties determined through a series of primaries, caucuses, and conventions. So, what happens when you take a look at a menu and you decide that there's nothing that you actually want? I think you have three options. First, if you can't actually have what you want, go for the next best thing. If there's no steak on the menu, order a hamburger. Second, you could just leave. Go somewhere else, or maybe don't eat. Third, you could see if the kitchen would actually make you something that's not on the menu. These same options apply to voting as well. Don't find a candidate who you agree with on all the issues? Well, go with the closest fit. Or decide that you're just not going to vote. Stay home on election day. Or in a lot of states, you can actually write in the name of the person that you want to see elected. Here's the thing. Your ballot might be like a menu, but our political system, it's not a restaurant. Who we choose to represent us is infinitely more important than whether we get to have chicken fingers for dinner. And if you find yourself at all frustrated by the current election, or bored or genuinely scared to death of the options that are going to be available to you come this November, remember this. The only choice you're not allowed to make is to say that you don't like any of your choices. If voting is about letting your true and sincere opinion have an influence on our collective choices, then none of these three options is good enough. To say that you don't want any of the choices is to say that none of the choices are worthy of your vote, and that choosing any of them would be to compromise what you actually believe. I have a feeling that a lot of people who believe this way end up staying home on election day. It's important that you understand this. If you stay home on election day, no one will ever know that you think all the choices are bad choices. You will get lumped in with all the other non-voters, and instead of your opinion actually counting, people will presume they know what you think. That politics is unimportant, that you couldn't be bothered to vote, that you were busy that day, or that you just couldn't make it to the polling place. So what about the write-in choice? Well, things may be different in your state, but at least here in Michigan, if you choose to write a name on your ballot, that vote will never be counted. It will never see the light of day unless the person whose name you're writing has already let the state know that they're planning on running for office. So where does this leave us? Is there any way to make things better? There is. What we need to do is change the way we vote in this country so that it's possible to formally express your political dissatisfaction. We could accomplish this if every election had a none of the above option. Obviously, that would be a change from how we voted for more than 200 years, but it's not a new idea. In many other countries, voters do have this option. In a few countries, there are formal political parties whose entire platform consists of making sure that voters can choose none of the above. And in this country, voters in Nevada have had this option since 1975. That's the long-term solution. What about the here and now? What about this presidential election that has so many people unsure of what they're going to do on November 8th? Without a change in the rules, how can we make our voice heard? That's why today, I'm publicly declaring my intent to run as a write-in candidate for the office of President of the United States. The rules and regulations of our system will not make this easy. Wherever possible, it's my goal that you be able to actually write none of the above on your ballot. In many states, you'll have to write in my name instead. But whatever you write in, I declare that a vote for none of the above is a clear and unambiguous statement that you do not accept any of the choices printed on your ballot, and you cannot be guilted into voting for second best. Whether you vote for none of the above or not, please subscribe to this channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, visit our website and learn more, and please share. We can't do this without you, and if we want things to be different, we cannot stay at home. We cannot choose the lesser evil. We need to speak up.